That's an incredibly good question.
Who wrote this?
I have no idea how to answer this one.
I'm actually loving the question.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
You can definitely tell a non-tech person wrote this question.
Do you just browse properties online all day?
No, I don't, but I really wish I did.
Technically, yes. But I'm a millennial, so I can't afford anything.
I would say we do, but completely for a different reason. It's kind of like make sure the property is aligned on the page right. I wish it was a bit more of that look at the luxury homes, because that's kind of fun.
I know.
Isn't REA just a classified site? What's the channel and platform bit?
The channels are the ways in which you can put the ads on.
You've got 50 or 60 developers working on just a handful of code bases. You're all kind of stepping on each other's feet, so there needs to be a team in there that will just make sure the house, the frame is straight and the roof is on and the guttering works, and that's kind of what the platform does.
It doesn't sound as fun until you get your hands dirty in it.
I heard that customer channels and platform team have cash to splash. Is that true?
No. We just happen to be in the cash generating bit of the business.
That doesn't necessarily mean that's where it gets spent.
Customer platform and channels. Isn't this just back end?
It mostly is, and that's what attracted me to it in the first place.
I think the brief to us initially was to get Ignite in every real estate agent's pocket.
As someone who really hates CSS, we do a lot of front-end work.
There's a bit of everything for everyone involved, so it's not just back end.
Do you get to work on interesting problems?
Yes, every team you work in has legacy, and we're the spine of the entire REA corporation.
We've got people who deal with rental properties, we've got people who deal with house and land development projects, and they've all got different ways of working and they all work in different franchises, and my head starts to get real confused, but it's a good problem to have. It's interesting, it's fun.
What's the point of this video? What are you trying to get out of it?
We wanted to tell a story about what customer channels and platform is. It's not a story that gets told very often, and it's not very obvious to the outside world.
We're the engine room in the business. I just want to get out and shout about it and celebrate it.
I've heard about this. You build it, you own it. What does it mean?
It means you're going to have to learn a lot of AWS, and it means that you get a whole bunch of skills that you get to work on during your time here.
It relates to accountability. So you've built it, you've put in your sweat and blood in it.
It basically means if you write the code, you run the code. So you don't get to palm it off to ops.
When you work at REA, you can say you're actually a full stack developer. You're working with the infrastructure, you're working with the client, you're working with everything in between, and you own it for life. So the problems and mistakes you make, you learn to live with them, or you learn to fix them.
Aren't you just slightly better HTML developers?
You can definitely tell a non-tech person wrote this question.
Well, we really don't work on HTML, we work on TypeScript.
A lot more in-depth than just slightly better HTML.
We're everything developers and better.
I hear that the most common reason people leave jobs is because they're managers. Do you have many managers like that?
I've had nothing but support. I've had 3 managers now being at REA. Every one of them super supportive.
People who actually care about people, they empathize, they really want you to succeed.
I didn't start off as a developer, and now I am one, and that's mostly a testament to the managers I've had here.
Why do you think people should work in CCP? I think it's the most exciting bit of the business. It's not the most obvious bit. It's not realestate.com.au. It's all the stuff that's behind the scenes, and it's really complicated.
Why do you need a whole building full of people to put house ads up on an internet site?
That's actually a very good one.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
As easy as it may sound, I think we really need a huge team, because even to display that small ad on your web, there's a lot of streamlining that's needed.
I guess it's pretty easy if you're doing it to 10 people a month, but when you start doing it to 130, 140 million unique visits a month.
You've got to maintain the back-end systems, you've got to look after the website, the app. How much do you get to participate in the design of the stuff that you build?
We just had a whiteboarding session today. We do a lot of design, we do a lot of brainstorming.
Given how new I am to development, shockingly a large amount.
It's been really good. Yeah, you get to input a lot.
I'm always supported by my senior developers, and yeah, we get a lot of say. I think, developers can be opinionated, so it's a long meeting sometimes.
Do you have the keys to production?
Hell yeah.
There's a lot of trust given here, and I'm sure a lot of people here can tell you a lot of horror stories that we've all shared and laughed about over some beers after work.
We actually deploy straight to production, so there's this much room for error, which is pretty thrilling for a dev.
Most days we average about 10 to 15 deployments to production.
Yeah.
Which is high velocity.
Why would anyone want to work for you two? That's an incredibly good question. We've got a good sense of humour. We've been around the block. We kind of know what's going on, and we give our teams a lot of room and a lot of trust to do what they do best.
You know, really enjoy seeing the team is just getting on with it. And
Yeah.
that's where the magic happens.
Oh, yes. We
Killed
did
it.
it. Did it.